Hi Gemini, it's Evelyn. I have a read for you. I'm just going to clear just a little bit. I've already pre-shuffled. I'm just going to do a little bit more and then we'll be getting going. Okay, so this is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, as well as the feminine's Mars and the masculine's Venus. Today is February 21st, 2020. This is for the second half of February. I'm a little behind this month. The energies were a little bit tough for me this week. So I'm doing my best to get them out to you. So for Gemini, for everybody watching, for the best and highest good of all is concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn for Gemini? Let's clear all negative energies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all is concerned, and filling that empty space with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is for Gemini. Okay, Gemini. February, Gemini. Alrighty, so for Gemini, first card out is the Two of Swords. Your challenge is the Five of Pentacles reversed. Pull this up a little bit. And the foundation here for you is Nine of Wands reversed. For me, that's good. The recent past is the Six of Wands upright. What's crowning for you, Gemini, is the King of Cups reversed. And what's coming up for you is the Death card reversed. How do you see yourself? As the Eight of Swords. And how do others see what is in your environment right now as the Devil reversed? And what blocks do you need to clear or work on? The Page of Wands. And then what do we end up with? We end up with the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Well, let's see where it's connected. Okay, so we are connected to whatever's hanging in limbo at the end of the read. And the connector is the Five of Cups. So maybe you need to grieve a little bit more, even if you've grieved a lot already. And here's what's hanging in limbo at the end, which is great. We have the Sun. We have full exposure and full energy, which is amazing. You're going to get another card, but you won't see it till the end. It may be more than one card, depending on what that last card is. And the bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups reversed. So there's a little bit of backstory here, which I'm going to pull out for you. And let's see where we start from. Okay. So we had that Seven of Swords energy, which is definitely like somebody, getting out of Dodge, right? Out the back jack, make a new plan, Stan. But after that, we have the Ten of Cups reversed. Then we have the Magician here, and then the Queen of Wands reversed, and then the Page of Cups reversed. So it's definitely an end to some kind of emotional cycle, if not a family cycle. Along with this Magician in this deck, he's not a very nice guy, right? So even upright, he's not the nicest of magicians. And magicians manipulate energy. And this could be someone older too, because he's got very gray hair. Okay, so it could be someone older in your energy, Gemini, or this could be you as well, Gemini, who's got this evil intent behind them. And you could be this Queen of Wands reversed as well, right? Or these could be energies around you. Maybe somebody's manipulating you, and you are the Queen of Wands reversed with a child, the Page of Cups reversed, or just feeling rejected or very vulnerable, or someone who always gets what they want and is throwing a temper tantrum. All right, but there's an end to an emotional cycle here, or a family. So, and there was some lying, cheating, or stealing going on, or ghosting, or just, someone checking out. Like if people are fighting in a divorce or something, a lot of times they'll steal stuff from each other, try to get something out of the house. That kind of energy is coming up. And we'll be clarifying everything and doing oracles at the end, so you'll get a lot of information here. We start out with the Page of Cups reversed, and in the recent past is the Six of Wands upright, which is good news coming in. It's attention. It's leading the way with success and admirers as well. For the Page of Cups reversed. So someone might be getting all the attention and the Queen of Wands And Page of Cups, they could be one person or two separate people. Okay. They could feel rejected because the other person's getting a lot of attention. Or, you know, could it be sibling rivalry as well, just getting attention from their one parent or the other. But there's a manipulative energy here with the Magician there. So let's see what else is going on. The foundation is the Wounded Warrior, or the Nine of Wands reversed, which has to do with surrender for me, which is actually a good thing. Letting go of fighting the war, right? Why do you want to defend your old wounds? Because they're no longer a part of your life. It's about letting go of the need to fight, the need to win, as opposed to being happy. And this definitely can reference, the Wounded Warrior can definitely reference the Queen of Wands as well, because they have that same fire energy, but the need to give up. So someone definitely may feel rejected. All right, so the center energy here for the read is the Two of Swords, which for me is two different things. It's either someone who's in their knowing, and that's swords, so it can very much be Gemini. And Gemini sees themselves as the Eight of Swords here, so it's very swordy for Gemini today, but you're feeling trapped in your head. The Two of Swords can, for me, can either be being in your knowing without needing your eyes because you use your intuition, or it's someone pretending not to see, right? They're keeping to themselves so they don't have to deal with the situation. So that's not a great energy to be in. But that kind of seems like how it is, because you have these energies of kind of defeat. The King of Cups in the crowning position, he can be two ways too. He can be very emotionally detached, or he can be too emotionally attached and be someone who tends toward alcoholism, or is just over emotional about everything, or manipulates, right? So whenever people get rejected, hurt, whatever it is, they tend to be manipulative. That's what brings it out. So some get more manipulative, some get outright angry. You might, you know, freak out. But that's what people tend to do, or they get really sad and depressed. So let's start with that Page of Cups reversed. So we have the Star card and then the Ten of Swords. That's like a mixed blessing, right? This I'm just getting to, it could be a miscarriage too. So this Queen of Wands here might have had a miscarriage. But this is maybe someone that had a miscarriage, but they're happy about it. But they have to look sad. That kind of thing, you know, because they really didn't want to have, they didn't want to get pregnant, and they got pregnant, and now they miscarried, so they're relieved about it. This can also be, you know, having all your dreams come true, healing, shining your light, being a healer, right? And this could have to do with back pain, but also has to do with painful endings or ending pain, or having spa treatments perhaps. Like this could be a dream come true at the spa day. But that's not the energy that's going on here. It's more of depression and anger. So somebody's jealous about the attention somebody else is getting, because this energy here is getting a lot of attention and they're feeling rejected. But here's that star energy again, right? So it's a double-edged sword in a way, right? Maybe you're reaping the rewards from the other person getting attention, but you are not getting the attention specifically. So the foundation, so let's see what that Six of Wands is coming up with. So the Six of Wands is the Queen of Cups reversed, the Six of Swords reversed, and then the Eight of Swords again, which is what you're coming up as, Gemini. Okay, so you're definitely in your head, you're unable to find peace, and you feel trapped with anxiety or literally in prison, and just can be imprisoned in your own home, imprisoned by your own thoughts, by your own feelings, okay, or imprisoned by a separate Queen of Cups reversed, but this very much can be you as well. All right, so if you maybe, if you're the one getting attention, you feel imprisoned by it, where somebody else is jealous of the attention you're getting, but they don't understand the prison that it creates for you. And also there's this Queen of Cups here could be connected to this Page of Cups, because she's reversed. So she could be the mother of that Page of Cups. And this could be a friend or an aunt or a teacher or anybody else. We have that Magician, don't forget. Let's see where the foundation goes here. All right, so this foundation here with the warrior surrendering or giving up is the Queen of Wands upright with the Chariot here. So obviously, since this is a warrior, she's been on the war path. But they're both upright. She feels justified in this, and she feels very powerfully going forward with strength. She could be moving or traveling or ascending perhaps. And again, she could be a fire sign, but doesn't have to be a fire sign. It could be someone who just acts like a fire sign, who's got a lot of fire in their chart perhaps, and you don't know they have fire in their chart. Or just a fiery personality, right? She could be very popular and creative. She could have a bad temper perhaps. You know, you don't know that until you get them mad. But she also has a black cat in this deck. So she could deal with just loves cats, or she could deal with spell work as well. Or just be very much about nature as well, because she is sitting outside here. I was just getting Egypt as well, so somebody might be going to Egypt. Or she could just be surrendering to go on a trip. Maybe this person, if it's not you, was trying to go on a trip and wanted someone to go with them, but they wouldn't go because they're too busy. They won't give them the attention that they want, and they want to travel with them, right? But this one's too busy working or whatever. They could be sisters, friends, and we have this magician, which can be a masculine energy as well. So let's see what this center energy is about, the Two of Swords. Why does Gemini have the Two of Swords in the middle? All right, so here we have two men. It looks like one of them is a Leo energy. The King of Swords, this could be one person as well. The King of Swords reversed can be someone who's verbally abusive, or just someone who's not in their truth, who could be lying, or is just lying to themselves. And then we have this King of Wands, who's the man of passion, who's very strong, but his ego may be out of control, or he could be going through an ego death as well. This could also be someone with a lawyer. All right, because he could be of two minds as well. Since we have the Two of Swords there, this definitely could be two sides of the same person. The King of Swords reversed, and then the King of Wands upright, the one who gets all the attention, and the one with the negative self-talk, who can be abusive verbally. But their ego could be out of control, or they're going through ego death, or they're with a Leo that's out of control. But the King of Wands or the Queen of Wands, either one of them could be a Leo. But we also have Cancer coming up here, down here for her. Let's see what we have out on the table. We could have Pisces energy for a child, perhaps. It could be Pisces anyway. There's all the fire signs could be out there. Then we have Scorpio, Capricorn, and Leo. Scorpio, Capricorn, and Leo, okay? The challenge being the Five of Pentacles reversed, which is coming up with the Hermit, which is Virgo energy, and then the Six of Wands reversed. And this has to do with recovering from being left out in some capacity, recovering from exile, recovering from destitution, recovering from an illness or an injury, right? Being left out in the cold or behind, recovering from being fired or let go or having quit a job. This is like being either knowing that you have to go through this and it's okay, or we were trying to pretend not to deal with the situation so you wouldn't have to go through this. So this is the challenge, is going through the recovery process. It even could be rehab for somebody. And this is the Hermit or the Virgo, or this could be a doctor, a professional shedding light on your situation under the radar. So like kind of secret appointments, you know, if you're seeing a guidance counselor or literally a psychologist, or just any kind of coaching or therapy that you're not telling anyone about, or just therapy about needing attention, right? That could be your addiction, is the need for attention. All right, so crowning here is the King of Cups reversed, and we have the Seven of Cups and then the Two of Wands reversed. So, like, you know, the King of Cups, his eyes could be bigger than his stomach, like he wants all of this. Could be someone who drinks as well, or just spends too much, perhaps. But this is feeling like, this could be synchronicities. It can be just seeing, like, loving all the stuff that's out there and wanting it all, but it gets confusing, and then they get overwhelmed, and that's why they could be an alcoholic. Just feeling that, like, there's no options here. How do I choose? How do I choose? And that's why it's like they're staying blind on purpose, so they don't have to make a decision. Then we have the Four of Cups reversed, which is wanting to start over in love. So he may be getting confused about his situation. He's either chosen a path and has been blocked from implementing it, or has having trouble choosing a path. and is of two minds. He's got two different personalities, and maybe one likes this life and the other likes this life. And that's the kind of energy. So this is either you, Gemini, or someone who you're dealing with or who's around you. Coming up is the Death card reversed, which we don't like to see that because that's like something taking forever to end. We have the Seven of Swords again here with the Two of Swords reversed now. So some new information has come in about being ghosted or someone running away or stealing something from you or cheating, whatever it is. New information has come in, maybe even hired a detective, but this is calling for a decision to be made. It's taking forever. It's taking forever maybe to get the information in, or every time you got new information in, it's then taken away from you again, if that makes sense to anyone. All right, we have the Six of Cups reversed as well, which has to do with a negative past or childhood or past life even, or the past returning or dealing with difficult children or sad children or children with issues. So getting information about a negative past, getting clarity on it in order to make a decision, and your decision may actually be to run away or ghost somebody so you don't have to deal with it. But it's not over yet. All right, Gemini, why are you the Eight of Swords? All right, you have the Justice, here's that Page of Cups again reversed, and the Ten of Cups, so it's upright here. Justice can be a Libra energy as well. And why do you feel imprisoned by this? So there could be some legal dealings dealing with a child and family. So your family might be taking your child away from you, or the courts, right? So this could be separate from you, like they seem happy taking your child, or the child doesn't want to live with the family, they want to live with you, but the court says they have to live with the family. There's those kind of energies coming up here for you. Because the family's happy, but this child is not. It could be a loss of a child for someone as well, but we have the Death card reversed. If that happened, it's already happened. Oh, it's not like right now. It's happened already. Somebody may have been taken to court for the way they were taking care of their child. But again, it's definitely could be custody issues, and or finding peace in ending a family cycle or a marriage or an emotional cycle. We have the Queen of Wands. We have this Page of Cups reversed. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Magician. We have the King of Wands and King of Swords, which could be one person or two. That could be somebody with a lawyer who's like a cutthroat lawyer. So there's a lot of energies here. It's hard to tell who's who. And the King of Cups reversed, who could be an alcoholic or just very emotionally detached, or just somebody who's over emotional and manipulative. All right, so and this you could literally be a Gemini who's in prison as well if you're dealing with the justice system. Maybe for child neglect, if you're in prison, that could be. Around you, or how you're seen, is the Devil reversed. And we have the Ace of Cups reversed, the Nine of Cups reversed, and the Five of Cups. All right, there's definitely grief here, regret, some kind of loss, feeling guilt or shame. All right, this could be some arrogance here, but it also could be alcohol issues, because we have a lot of cups turned over. For me, the Devil reversed has to do with rehab, right? Getting into detox, but it also involves the worst of the addiction, right? Because you have to peak out before you end up falling, right? So somebody might have been dumped or in the dumps or has the dumps. They could be going through chemo and be vomiting constantly, or somebody could be peeing a lot too, having issues with that. But it looks more like, addiction issues, alcohol, maybe throwing up a lot, or just drunk a lot, and sad and depressed, not unable to let go of something that's driving you to drink. But there's a need for rehab. Maybe the family is trying to get the courts to force you into rehab. It could just be, could just be unhappiness with self, a lack of satisfaction, feeling pushed to your emotional limits, and just going through a very difficult grieving process, but it's definitely dealing with addictions and codependencies. So the block that you need to clear or work on is the Page of Wands. So why do you need to deal with, why is that your block? So here the Page of Wands is coming up reversed, along with the Eight of Cups and then the Ace of Pentacles reversed. So feeling frustrated or lack of inspiration. This could be a child or an adult acting like a child, having temper tantrums, or they could be sick. But this is about walking away and within from that energy, not able to deal with it, and holding back money, time, energy, or holding back a new life, right? So you walking away perhaps is holding up this child from getting money or having a new life or going to school perhaps. Because the block is this inspiration, like being inspired. And that even can be representing you as being uninspired, walking away depressed, uninspired just to try to start a new life, try to get going again, right? So your block is being inspired and happy like a teen again, right? And it could definitely be dealing with children as well here. So why do we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed there at the top? We have the High Priestess reversed, which can reference not using your intuition, but it also can be that a secret's come out, or you're just ungrounded and not using your intuition. But here again, as a child, it could be a student or an earth sign child, or someone who acts like an earth child, someone who's very grounded and a good student, or someone who's researching, right? Looking at the gold coin, unity consciousness. This is an opportunity, invitation, now that a secret is out and cleared. But you have this grief here, and the grief is again up here, that Five of Cups. You could be going to school, so not using your intuition because you're actually in school, or your child's in school, or you feel like a kid again, so it makes you feel insecure, so it's hard for you to tap into your intuition. And then you have the Ten of Pentacles reversed, which has to do with disconnection from family or dysfunctional family, or losing a family or family member, or losing money or detaching from them. So we have the Queen of Pentacles along with the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So they're both either losing money or they're greedy about their money. Maybe you're trying to get money from this family for your child, but they're not willing, or you are spending on this child, but it's a lot of money that you're spending. Maybe they want to be sent to a good school or a college, but it's a lot out of your pocket, and that's why you're reversed here. But there's a lot of grief around this. So why then do we have the Sun coming out? Why is the Sun out at the end here? It could be you going to school as well, you know, as an adult, and struggling with having to go back to school and the cost of the school. And you're not sure how much longer you can handle out, and you're getting really depressed about it. And you may have addictions while you're going through this as well. So this is the Sun. This is about the joy, the celebration, right? Coming together afterwards, finally, right? It's like the end of the road, finally making it there. We have the Queen of Swords reversed and the Ace of Wands reversed along with this. So again, there's some kind of, maybe you have a drinking issue, maybe that's your drinking issue, or maybe the issue is hanging around people who drink, because maybe that's your weakness. Coming together suddenly with some kind of something that blows your mind or blows your crown, blows your cover. But everything is then exposed, and the Queen of Swords is reversed. She's not being in her truth. And the Ace of Wands has to do with frustrations, creative and sexual blocks, an inability to conceive or conceptualize something in order to get growth. So what was coming out, the cards that were coming out after the Sun, you have the Four of Wands, which is a home, right? Or family, union, little bunnies in the yard, like wanting stability in your life. And this could be finding a home as well. Or getting out of prison, no matter what kind of prison it is, whether it's real prison, a place that feels like prison, or your mind that's the prison. This is like that release finally from that prison with the sunshine coming out and a place to be that you love, that's very comfortable. And then we have the world reversed, so that can just be feeling like your world is upside down, or that you're in another world. Okay, because all of a sudden it's a good place to be after you've been in a negative place for a really long time. And then you have the Queen of Swords upright, which could be you, going from the Queen of Swords reversed and now upright. So let's see what happened here. What's with the Four of Wands? All right, so the Four of Wands is coming up as the Five of Wands reversed. So a battle is finally over, which then allows you, all right, so some kind of disconnect or breakup. Okay, could be a friend, it could be anybody. So some kind of disconnect here, but the fight is over. And there could be some kind of an awakening here, or a light bulb moment about it, and a disconnect after a fight. And then we have it could be a physical fight too, like an illness battle. And then we have the Queen of Swords at the end upright though now. So why is that? Why is the Queen of Swords upright now? Well, we have the Eight of Wands reversed and the Ten of Wands reversed. So this is holding your energies back, holding your feelings back, or this just could be negative, you know, back and forth communication or travel. But this is about letting go of all the responsibilities, the burden, confessing perhaps. It's like a confession, but only negative feelings there, or not really expressing everything. You're just confessing what you think others want to hear. And this could be at work. You're working to align, but you're dropping your burdens without having to tell the whole story. Maybe you like to tell this too much story, and this time you're learning to hold back, to drop your responsibilities and your burdens so that you can actually work and function without overworking, right? Overworking it, right? So be more at peace and alignment, getting your ducks in a row, doing more creative work. Okay, is there anything else I want to... All right, so definitely some rejection, vulnerability. Could be a spoiled child as well. Or the Queen of Wands reversed could be a spoiled child. There's definitely a connection. There could be a relationship between the Queen of Wands reversed and the King of Wands, who then is upright here in the foundation. That could be siblings as well. But it's the relationship between this energy of this child or your inner child is causing your prison and the addictions that you're dealing with. And also this need to manipulate, and that could be you as Gemini, because Magician is Gemini. All right, but it's also causing an end of an emotional cycle, which this may be fine, except for the fact that it's behind two negative energies here and this evil Magician intent. And then we have a need to get attention here, staying blind to what's going on so you don't have to deal with it, and then challenged by trying to recover in a practical way, maybe a place to live or another job or whatever it is that you're lacking, but it's taking forever, and your block is being inspired. All right, and also then dealing with a King of Cups reversed and a Queen of Pentacles reversed, which could be your parents as well, if you live with your parents or if you're dealing with parents or a sick parent. One may be sick and one may have alcohol issues or just detachment, emotional detachment issues. And you're grieving a lot here. And that might be why you're manipulative and you need attention, because these are the parents that you were dealing with. And now everything is exposed. And now it looks like you just are getting to a better place to live. Even though your world still may be turned around, it may just be you're in another world, right? And then you get back to being yourself, the Queen of Swords, unless this is another air sign who's helping you out in order to get back on track. It could be like a halfway house as well if you've been in prison for some reason. Just one last clarification for, I want to clarify why you're in prison and the devil again. Why is that energy there for Gemini? Why the imprisonment and the devil reversed? All right, there's the Knight of Swords rushing in. Somebody's rushing in with the truth. This could be the police as well. Somebody could have been arrested, like I said. We have the Three of Wands reversed, which is living in the past or looking back or going back. Maybe there's a protection order against you and you keep breaking the protection order, and that's why you got arrested. In a split, this could be a protection order from a child. Maybe they don't want you seeing the child, or vice versa. You may be fighting it too, but there's definitely a split, some lies cutting through the crap, right? Ready to pull your sword on somebody, but this is about living in the past or about the past, but definitely somebody could be chased down or just needing to tell their truth. And maybe you're in prison because you're not allowed to tell your truth, or you can't speak to your child. There's definitely some heavy stuff going on for Gemini. The next three cards I want to show you because this is what's coming out. All right, this is about rest, prayer, meditation, someone being laid to rest. There could be a death here. This could be an unnatural death. And this could just be going to rehab. And finally the end is here, which is good. Or someone was dying and it took a long time and now they've passed, and even though it's negative, it's a release from the codependency or addiction, because maybe the person who was passing or was ill was your codependency from childhood. Okay? So I'm sorry about that, Gemini. It looks like you're really having a hard time of it. And there's you may be left with the other parent here, if you had a parent pass away. But there's a difficult relationship. This is a codependent relationship as well, or this is the one that you may have lost. It's coming up with the Page of Swords reversed, which would be you, and then the Father, which is the King of Cups over there. And of course, that could be a husband as well. It doesn't have to be a father. Okay, so then we end up with the Magician again on bottom, which is Gemini energy. And there is divorce, family, right? Spirituality, thinking outside the box, outside the norm. On strike, being stubborn, not being able to work, disabled, refusing to work or move. And then because of lovers, because of a breakup or from being rejected or having no affection in your life, right? And this can be the Sealed Divine Feminine too. This is very much the journey of the feminine and the twins. The Sealed Divine Feminine, right, in rejection and not working or being still because they're exhausted, thinking outside the box, or a divorce. Or this could be a break in contract too, from business, religion, any kind of societal norm or commitment. And then there's Gemini making magic or manifesting magician embodiment as well. Okay, that is learning to manifest and make and manifest big time. But that's the underlying energy going into this read. So the problem for you right now is you have negative intent actually going into your manifestations, and it may not be purposeful, but just because of what you're going through and any addictions that you may be dealing with or codependencies. All right, so let's get you a numerology card. This is a long one. I hope this is helpful for you, Gemini. I'm sorry for what you're going through. You might be dealing with family and marital issues with children at the same time. You know, like as parents are getting older and then you're dealing with a divorce or something. All right, so let's see for Gemini. What is the advice for Gemini here? Gemini. All right, we have these two came out for you. Pride is 19, and then you see how they're like reversed, 16 and 19. Pride, purple, your third eye, and then the orange is sacral, and then rebirth is your throat chakra. 16 is the Tower, 19 is the Sun. Okay, so allow the rebirth. Now that the Death card has become upright, you can allow the full rebirth of the Tower energy, but watch out for your pride because your ego may be in the way. All right, so blue and purple, and then the underlying energy is self-love, to love yourself. Look at that. See, that's 61, we have 16, and the 19, which all go together. You see that? The 6s and 1s and 9s. Self-love. And the 1 is the Magician, the 6 is the Lovers, and the 9 is the Hermit. So those are the energies you're dealing with, major. Right? The Magician, the Hermit, and the Lovers. So watch your pride and allow the rebirth to happen. And then we have Romance Angels, and I'll do a Kipper deck card too. Okay, what is the advice? Well, that just fell out. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. But I'm going to shuffle again for you. Oh, and those two came right out. So the bottom of the deck is chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. And then you got these two. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And trust. The situation's calling for you to have faith. So hang in there, Gemini. All right. Now the Kipper deck. And then we're going to go. This one's going a bit long. I'm trying to keep these under 30 minutes. All right. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. This is for the second half of February. All right. Gemini, 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 Gemini. Gemini. Okay, see, there's some despair here for sure, imprisonment. And it could have to do with a wealthy man. And the journey. There's also a privileged lady here and a house. Okay, I'm not going to go further than that, okay? But it's definitely, you know, this is coming out like the read did, okay? And there's a wealthy man involved, along with the journey, another privileged lady, and a house. And this could be some kind of fatherly concern as well here, okay? The bottom of the deck is a message of sudden wealth, all right? So here's the courthouse. So again, there's issues. There's some kind of community and feeling very accepted by the community, but then dealing with court issues and a marriage. So it could be the divorce, like I said, or it could be somebody else that you were rejected by who gets married. But maybe there is divorce issues, but from it there's sudden wealth, and that could be the sunshine that comes in, and a message as well with it. All right, with that's sealed. A sealed document was open, perhaps. Maybe you were trying to get a sealed document open and you couldn't, and now it is. Like, this is your sudden wealth, is that the document was opened. May not be money. I hope that's helpful, Gemini. If you don't know, if you're not aware of that, that's what's happening. Okay, guys, hang in there and rise and be love. Bye.